If you condemn us, you'll be condemned.
We are your future. We are your destiny. We are the new believers.
Take the place apart. Let them see us. Don't tell them what we are doing.
Recently, some disturbing sick images have been leaked, showing the horrifying alien biogenetic experiments at the top secret underground Dulce base. Located almost 2 miles beneath Arcoleta Mesa on the Chicala Apache Indian Reservation near Dulce, New Mexico, this installation is classified so secret, hardly anyone knows of its existence. Anybody who talks about it die in mysterious circumstances, or have a complete personality change, and retract their statements, and say they made it all up. Insiders at Dulce report many bizarre, horrific experiments, so sick it's hard to believe.
If you condemn me thoroughly and call me the Antichrist or whatever you want to call me, it's not going to hurt me. It's going to hurt you.
As more and more conspiracy theories are in fact turning out to be conspiracies themselves, it's time to penetrate the inner sanctum. It's time to penetrate the inner sanctum. It's time to penetrate the inner sanctum.
Most humans that were there are cloned human slaves. This process was perfected in the world's largest and most advanced biogenetic research facility in Los Alamos. They are implanted and controlled at a distance through low radio frequency transmissions, thus ensuring a high level of secrecy. This is Earth's first joint United States government and alien-grade biogenetics laboratory. Others now exist across America, in Colorado, Nevada, and Arizona. The multi-level facility at Dulce goes down for 7 levels and is reported to have a central hub, which is controlled by base security. The level of security required to access different sections rises as one goes further down the facility. There are over 1,000 secret exits near and around Dulce. Many around Arcoleta Mesa, others to the south around Dulce Lake. Deep sections of the complex connect into vast tunnel systems that crisscrosses America, linking all the facilities.
The new believers.
Most of the aliens reside on sublevels 5, 6, and 7, with alien housing on level 5. The alien species which control the majority of the complex are the Greys, a devious race, now considered an enemy of the New World Order. In the 50s, the Greys began taking large numbers of humans for experiments. By the 60s, the rate was speeded up and they began getting careless and self-involved. By the 70s, their true intentions became very obvious, but the government still kept covering up for them. By the 80s, the government realized there was no defense against the Greys. This installation is classified so secret, hardly anyone knows of its existence. Anybody who talks about it die in mysterious circumstances, or have a complete personality change, and retract their statements, and say they made it all up. Most humans that work there are cloned human slaves. Biogenetic research has been going on for years at those labs. Level 6 is known by employees as Nightmare Hall. It holds the major genetic labs at Dulce. Insiders at Dulce report many bizarre, horrific experiments. So sick it's even humans, half human, half Octopus, swim about in vast tanks. Thousands of human insectoids, segmented bodies, right about in huge pants. There are tiny humans that can cling to vertical walls. Rats with human faces and hands. Monkeys with insect hands that cry like babies. Also huge mixtures of cross-species, hybrid alien humanoids in cages.
The kingdom of God,
Monkeys,
the kingdom
birds,
of heaven.
and rats so crossbred that they can barely be considered those species
Something
anymore.
very good.
There are hundreds of cases and released back into the community. These act as telepathic communication channels and telemetric brain manipulation devices. This network was developed and initiated by NASA and controlled from the space station. It has worldwide coverage.
Level 7 is even worse, row after row of thousands of humans and human transgenic mixtures in cold storage. Here too are embryo storage vats of humanoids in various stages of development. Here many abductees are kept in small cages, unable to stand and hardly able to move, dazed and drugged, crying and begging to be killed.
We were told they were hopelessly insane and involved in high-risk drug tests to cure insanity. We were told to never try to speak to them at all. In the beginning we believed that story. Finally, in 1978, a small group of workers discovered the truth. It began the Dulce Wars.
Biogenetic research has been going on for years at the Dulce Labs. Level 6 is known by employees as Nightmare Hall. It holds the major genetic labs at Dulce. Insiders at Dulce report many bizarre, horrific experiments, so sick it's hard to believe. Schools of multi-limbed humans, half human, half octopus, swim about in vast tanks. Thousands of human insectoids with segmented bodies writhe about in huge vats. There are reptilian humans that can cling to vertical walls, rats with human faces and hands, monkeys with insect heads that cry like babies, also huge mixtures of cross-species, hybrid alien humanoids in cages. There are fish, monkeys, birds, and rats so crossbred that they can barely be considered those species anymore. There are hundreds of cages with winged humanoid, grotesque bat-like creatures from 3 to 7 feet tall, and gargoyle-like beings called Draco vampire reptiloids. Many humans are also being implanted with brain transceivers and released back into the community. These act as telepathic communication channels and telemetric brain manipulation devices. This network was developed and initiated by NASA and controlled from the space station. It has worldwide coverage.
Level 7 is even worse, row after row of thousands of humans and human transgenic mixtures in cold storage. Here too are embryo storage vats of humanoids in various stages of development. Here many abductees are kept in small cages, unable to stand and hardly able to move, dazed and drugged.
I'm here to offer you that these are an opportunity to know the truth so that if you can connect with it at any level, then you might survive the respaning or the recycling that is about to occur, the evolutionary level above human.
It probably would look like what you might consider a very attractive extraterrestrial. Now, most of the illustrations of extraterrestrials these days have been grotesque. Looked like giant insects or slimy reptilians or eyes so big that you could fall into them. And an extraterrestrial that we say is a genuine extraterrestrial is not a fallen angel, is not a space alien. We see fallen angels and
Those who are trying to prepare themselves for entry into the evolutionary level above human, synonymous with the kingdom of God, the kingdom of heaven. That mind is in me, the evolutionary level above human, the kingdom of God, the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of God, the kingdom of heaven, or the evolutionary level above human.
If you condemn us, you'll be condemned. Nothing can hurt